Hello and welcome back to North's House. Party line shoe here, which is a complete and utter lie. Anyway, yes, last time, the first set of free time within this new school. We are slowly but surely progressing to, well, the first chapter, which always is slightly different than anything else, and then you also have the later chapters that may or may not be slightly different. I don't know how this game is gonna treat that actually yet, but there's supposedly a party, but before there's a party, there's free time. So another 2 visitations, and more importantly, there should be 2 more Kumas somewhere. Oh, right, I mean, it reminds me, I have to take a look at the pet. Are you okay? Been better. Pygmy. So, step 1 is to figure out where could I potentially go to look for a Monokuma, and then try and find him. I have just realized that the sensitivity on looking around her is insane. I have no intention of changing it, but whoa, it's fast. It is difficult to be steady. But yes, I also don't know who would I go to talk to at this point. Maybe I'll have a chat with Soda, due to the minor hints to Soda's potential of being the first victim. Doesn't mean it's gonna be the case, but I would like to speak to whoever's gonna die, and if I had any clue who would kill, them as well. You may continue your gaming, I will not disturb you. It doesn't look like there's a Monokuma here, or I'm blind. Yes. Upstairs! The restaurant! There's probably also not a Monokuma. I feel like I found one here. I don't remember where I found the Monokumas earlier either. Well, no, my room, the airport, and the store, I think there was. Yes. But there's no Kuma here. But I want the Monokuma. Give me Monokuma. Fine, we're going outside. Oh, perhaps we can visit Nagito in the old building. We're allowed to go in here now, so... Oh, Hajime. I'm sorry. You came all this way and I have to ask you to leave. I'm just so busy cleaning right now. I'll definitely finish before the party, so I'll see you tonight. Rude! Rude! I just want to check if Monokuma probably hasn't put anything in there. Not yet, at least. Wouldn't make sense. He wouldn't believe we would go in there yet. I think. I don't know how good Monokuma is at predicting the future. It might be greater than I ever imagined. Let's see, has the Pygmy had a trouble? Yes, it has. Cleaned. Wonderful. Okay, let's go. To the ranch! Is there a Monokuma I haven't found her, or am I just paranoid and assuming that there's supposedly 5 Monokumas per chapter? Oh! Gundam ain't her. Teru. I guess he gets ingredients from her? Maybe. Where is Monokuma? I don't see a Monokuma. I don't actually know how well hidden they potentially can be in these scenes, so I don't know how precise I have to be in my search. And, once again, I can be wrong in my theory about there being 5. Oh, pick up a camera. Hello. Goodbye. Thank you for letting me level up. I still don't know how useful that is for me. Let's go to the central island! It probably won't help, and I'm gonna be running the wrong way around. Mostly because I just need to train my Pygmy. Wait, Monokuma Rock. Alright, I'm not allowed to go here yet, right? It feels dangerous beyond this point. I shouldn't go here right now. Yeah. That really feels like the trial area. If not, I have no clue what it's supposed to be. So, I'm hoping it's the trial area. I'm really hoping, because that means my predictive powers have grown! That bird's still terrifying. I don't like gun legs. Gun legs scare me. It's wrong, I say, looking at mechanical beasts. I mean mono beasts. It's different, I promise. And then, Jabberwock Park, which I've also investigated before. I had not found a Monokuma. But who knows? Maybe there's one now. No. Doesn't seem like it. At all. And no, there's not. There's not even a person here. That was a complete waste of time. Oh. Continue. Actually, I have to check my pet again. I knew it. I am feeding that thing way more than I should, and I don't know what it's eating. I should figure out what it's eating so that I can prevent it from eating that much, because it's very clearly overeating. It's a concern. Now then, to the beach. I assume the beach is next up, yep. Which probably won't have a Monokuma on it. Because we have... Ah, Miyoda. Hello. We had a chat last time, so I'm not gonna be speaking with you now. I also didn't have anything to give you, which was a grave mistake when I had a chat with you, so, you know. Mistakes were made. We'll fix them later. Hopefully. As long as you don't, for some reason, commit and or become the victim of a crime. A crime consisting of murder. Airport. Has Soda wandered into the airport again? No. Well, last Monokuma was over here. There's nowhere here. Where is everyone? Oh right, people might actually just be in their cottage. That would make sense. Let's see, there's the supermarket and... where else? Rocket Punch Market. Last time Sionji was here, and only Sionji. Is there anyone else in this time then? Aha, this is where Soda is, next to the soda. This makes sense. You have to display yourself, Soda. Well, I'll return here when I have checked other places for the potential of a Kuma. I need my coins! Oh. And then it's back to the hotel. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of people I haven't seen. Right? I don't think I saw Gundam. Let's pull out the map. Oh. Right. Hotel is this one. Okay, Gundam is... what's... okay, either in room or I'm just blind. Which is very likely. I'll be honest. I never checked my eyes. For all I know, I might be doing sonar at this very moment, which is very impressive on a computer screen, I'm just saying. But it might be sonar. Soda! Ah. Man, everyone on this island has a colorful personality. Yeah, so do you. And I'm a blank slate. Well, okay, I have a bit of a personality. I'm negativity times 100. Yeah. I personally think Gundam and Terra are the most colorful so far. But what do you think? Well, Yeah, Gundam with his 8th grader syndrome, definitely colorful and wonderful because the animals are adorable. Terra, yeah, that's also a very, very colorful entity. Yes, all the bad traits jammed into one entity. And then you also have Miyoda, which I would put on the colorful spectrum of personality because, oh boy, there's a lot of energy there and just things happening in a conversation. What should I say? Should I invite Kazuki? No, wait, should I invite Soda to hang out? I've already broken my Soda rule. Invite Soda to hang out. There we go. There's no Kazuichi. There's only Soda. Soda. First name, last name. As dudes who aren't all that interesting. Let's get along. What do you mean? How are you not interesting compared to me? Have you looked at me? When you look at me, you don't look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, you see a clear difference between that and looking at me. Wait, hey, I'm actually very interesting, you know. You've been arguing for that, mate. I've been arguing for you being interesting. You're the one who puts yourself down. Listen to me. Oh, right, yeah, I'm doing this mental thoughts instead of actually speaking out loud. That's the problem. I should probably speak out more. I spent time with Soda today while he kept putting his foot in his mouth. It was quite impressive, though. I didn't know he could bend that way. Looks like Kazuichi and I grew closer today. What? Oh, right, yeah, present. Do I have anything he would like? Maybe he would just like a good drink. I don't know what he likes to eat. What would he like? Probably not a millennium puzzle. Measuring flask, no. Leftover rice. Maybe. I mean, he's more of a mechanic than an engineer, but I mean, still an interesting concept. I'm trying this rather than continuously looking and hoping for the best. Woo! He likes it because he can try and replicate it, I guess. I don't know. You went to all that trouble to just bring me something amazing? Hajime, you're seriously a nice guy. I'm a little touched, really. Seriously, thanks. Man, why did this happen? That is quite the flip. Just, I'm so happy. Why did this happen? We're on a tropical island, you know. Surrounded by a blue sea, you know. There's plenty of ladies here too, you know. So why do we have to be involved in all this killing nonsense? Although Soda's intentions are probably not pure, I agree with what he's saying. I mean, yeah, they're probably not completely pure, but they're pure to the point of him not trying to harm someone. At least physically. If this was a normal school trip, it would have been really fun. Apart from melting in the sun. Man, and here I thought I was finally going to go on a school trip for the very first time. First time? Did you go on one during middle school? I was supposed to, but I ditched it. Yeah, then it's your own mistake, Mr. Soda. I faked being sick and stayed home. Well, I had a lot of reasons, but my family is really poor. Okay, you know, that makes sense, actually. My classmates were pretty much a bunch of boring turds, so I was like, who cares if I don't go to school? Yeah. But my old man found out later and beat the crap out of me. Well, obviously a parent would be mad about that. Like, beating you might be a bit much, but still. But, I sometimes got yelled at for ditching school events during elementary and middle school, too. My damn old man. He knew better than anyone that we didn't have any money. We run a bike shop at my place, but it's seriously hard to sell bicycles these days. The only customers we get now are just need a flat tire fixed or air pumped. But yeah, despite that, I'm the genius mechanic of my family. I can take a look if a bike or car needs fixing, and I can fix anything from kids' toys to household appliances. Wow, that is pretty amazing. Well, I've been surrounded by junk and tools ever since I was born. Wait, where were you born? It clearly couldn't have been a hospital unless it was a really shabby one. It's just covered in junk. So I just have a habit of taking things apart and putting them back together. Sometimes the wrong way, and then learning. Hopefully. I see. So that's the environment the ultimate mechanic was raised in. My old man is just hopeless though, so I'm always the one who's helping out at a shop. In fact, to tell you the truth, I was really excited when we first arrived at this island. Everyone here has pretty colorful personalities, but they all seem like interesting people. I was really looking forward to enjoying my youthful days here. Until all this crap happened. Damn it. It's my dream, you know. I've always wanted to go on a trip with my friends and stuff. Oh, wait. We're not close enough yet to call each other friends, huh? And why do you say that, Soda? Why can't we be friends at this point? We've had a whole conversation. We have actually had multiple conversations. You have screeched into my ear on multiple occasions. I don't know when people suddenly decide they're friends or not, but since we seem to have the same goal, maybe we can at least call each other comrades. Comrades, huh? Sounds pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to working with you, comrade. Soda extended his hand and I gripped it, and then I snapped it backwards, realizing I was fantasizing again. He is stronger than me. I tried to let go, but for some reason Soda was glaring at me and... So, Hajime, who are you aiming for? We are going that route. What are you talking about? Isn't it obvious? I'm talking about the ladies. Gee, I wonder which one you're gunning for, Mr. Soda. Mr. Nevermind fan number 1. Depending on your answer, the alarm clock in your room may be modified into a time bomb. Did you just admit to potential murder? If you have time to make something like that, you should spend it actually being productive. It's pretty amazing that he's able to think about that kind of stuff at a time like this. But despite his looks, Kazuichi seems like a pretty normal guy. I learned a little bit about Soda today. I failed many times to say Soda. Dear! Well, I didn't have to answer the question. Wonderful. It would be a long list of potentials there, so... Soda's report card has been updated based on your experience with him. Why is it so hard for me to remember that I have replaced that name? It's not easy. After Soda was finished hammering me with questions, I was finally released. Freedom! They're still missing bears and I don't know where they are. Or if they are anywhere. There's still some time left. I feel restless. Maybe we should go for a walk. Free time! Okay, now the question is, who should I talk to now? Because Soda I had in mind due to the whole victim thing. Okay, let's see. Who have I talked to? It is Miyoda, and Gundam? I talked last time, I think. Gundam, Soda, and Miyoda. Who's next? Right, hang on. I need a map. I need to know where people are. Right, this isn't actually helping. Oh, it helps a little. Who are you? Oh, right, yes, gamer. Ah, okay, I can actually go further back. You know what? Since I spoke with Soda, and he asked me who I fancy, I'm gonna go and talk to the very one he fancies. Sonia, where are you? Oh, hang on. Are you okay? Oh, nothing. Actually disappointing. Run! Okay, somewhere out here I can find the Sonia. Maybe. I probably went the wrong way. I should probably have gone the other way around, and now we're gonna have to do a full loop for me to be able to find them. On one side, it takes a lot of time. On the other side, it does help with the pet production. Level up! Yes! Levels! I like them. They're good. This is gonna take some time. I was not paying attention. Hi, Sonia. Let's have a chat. Dancing is always involved at parties. If it pleases you, would you like to practice with me? What should I do? Should I accept Sonia's invitation? I mean, it wouldn't hurt to practice dancing in the middle of sand. Then I shall let you lead. That is a gentleman's duty, is it not? Oh dear, I don't know how to dance, so me leading would be a terrible idea, but at the same time it would be weird for me to learn the other way around. I spent time today learning about ballroom dancing, and by the time I was finished, Sonia was leading me. Yeah, that adds up. Yep. I probably don't deserve it, but it looks like Sonia and I grew a little closer. Would I like to give Sonia a present? Yes. What would Sonia-like. There's a lot of options. And I don't know much about Sonia other than being royalty. Ghost Stone. Antique doll. Antique doll? I don't know why I think that might be a thing for Sonia. Baby. Jabba the Frog. No. Okay. I'm trying in the ever so great antique doll. Maybe. Let's go. You brought this for me? Thank you very much, Hajime. You shall definitely become a full-fledged tributary. I must say this island is truly a wonderful place. The weather is calm and the sea is blue, truly a perfect resort setting. That might be true, but... Oh, did I say something strange? No, I was just thinking that you're strangely calm right now. Sonia, are you really not worried about our current situation? Of course I am worried, and I'm also angry. Jeez, this is not something to joke about. Who's joking? However, what happens next depends on us. As long as we do not kill anyone, this will all be fine. I have no idea how I'm properly doing it. For some reason, I have ended up doing a, I guess, semi-Brit-posh thingamajig. Not even sure if that's the thing I've given Sonia, and that is very long and far away from what Sonia technically would sound like, I think. But it is what has been granted to the Nevermind. That's right. That is the right attitude, but... Besides, I have come here to learn about your country. I would understand if this were my homeland, but in this case, this land is foreign to me. Yeah, this is Jabberwock Island. I'll be honest, I don't know where it's located, but I don't believe it is Japanese-owned. So... this is foreign to me as well. I do not intend to kill anyone. I do not intend to be killed easily either. The way she said that sounded a little dangerous. If this were my homeland, so would this be okay in your country? I mean, if it was Sonia's homeland, Sonia would probably have a lot of potential protection. Anyway, let us forget about killing and cooperate with one another so we can return home quickly. If you have any good ideas, feel free to let me know. I shall also do my best to think of something too. Yeah, you're right. When I speak to Sonia, I somehow feel really positive and optimistic. Which is, now that I think about it, a very awkward thing to say out loud, straight in your face. Such an honor. Raise your head, there is no need to worry. What she's saying sounds odd, but she certainly looks the part. Typical of a princess, I guess. That reminds me. What was the name of your country? As I recall, the country's name was... Novosona. Novoselic. Yeah, it's Novoselic. Novitalic. Novoselic Kingdom. It was the Novoselic Kingdom, right? It sounds as though you finally remember. Wait, what do you mean finally? I just finally brought it up. It didn't occur in the conversation earlier. Well, it's not a country I've ever heard of. Yes, that is understandable. It is often overlooked by cartographers. But Novoselic Kingdom is an extremely small country and governed by an absolute monarchy. Though the population is small, our economy is thriving. We are not in dire straits at all. For generations, the royal family has protected the kingdom and its people from its neighboring countries. Thanks to that, the people still have complete trust towards the royal family. And also, wine and chocolate is one of our country's hidden specialties. Okay, wine and chocolate is something you might like, because, you know, foreign wine and chocolate, ooh. I see. It really does sound like a kingdom. Yeah, that checks all the boxes. That's a kingdom. So, since you're the princess of that kingdom, does that mean you live in a castle or something?
Hi.
Of course, the royal family has been living in the royal castle for over 1,000 years. Though it may be old and small, the castle is still a truly wonderful historic building. Of course, it's easy to get lost in our subterranean labyrinth, and our barracks are fully equipped as well. So castles really do have those. Anyway, is it alright if I ask you something as well? If I can answer it, yeah, it's fine. Who did you have your heart set on initially? And who do you intend to switch to later? That is a very interesting question. So you said it on who do I originally just look at on, this is someone I like, but also, but I'm ready to switch over to this person. You have jumped very far ahead, Sonia. Huh? This situation is truly similar to the story of 7 men and women. I believe it is standard tactic to start wavering and swapping partners. Right. Hold on. What are you talking about? You really have no idea? It is Japan's legendary drama. It starts off really upbeat, but then it gets really serious. I never expected that to happen. I was all like, seriously, what is going to happen? I could just not take my eyes off the screen. Momoko's feelings at a time were... My goodness, so intense. I continue to listen to Sonia's extensively talk about Japanese dramas that I have never heard of. At least now, I totally understand that she's a major J-drama fangirl. Hooray! Obtained Hope Fragment! Sonia's report card has been updated based on your experience with her. Woohoo! After politely excusing myself from a long conversation with Sonia, I left the area. Is it nighttime? It's nighttime, isn't it? Oh, another announcement, eh? 10 p.m. Actually, I am excited to figure out where is this picture taken. Because the chair doesn't look like something that would be with the beach area, but... No, not the beach, the pool area, but... It looks like there's a pool behind them. Honestly, I don't really understand the concept of a slight part of the bedtime. Other than, like, it's dark, it's dangerous outside, but you also have the fact that in the first version it was, well, it's school, so you have to make sure you sleep properly and wake up for school, even though you have no classes whatsoever. Now we're on a school trip with no schedules. It's weird. Good night. Well then, party time. Good night, he says. Whatever. I have a party to attend. Alright, time to go to the old building by the hotel. Before that, I have to put on something more fitting. Okay, there we go. The mismatching socks. That should do it. I've changed up my normal I just realized that you also technically have the mismatching thing. Ah. Wait. Ghost! Miura, this might be awkward. We currently have matching set of mismatching... We don't have the same colors, but we both have mismatching sets. Wait, is that... Ah. Marks. Anyway, so... Oh, are you also here for the party? Why else would I be here? Anyway, what are you doing at a place like this? I'm doing a little exercise so I can enjoy all the yummy food we're gonna eat. That's actually smart. Yeah, get hungry. I'm excited to eat Terry's cooking. Yeah, especially since he's the ultimate cook. Or chef. Whatever. Floats a boat, I guess. Bye. Okay, we're gonna have a chat with you two then. How are you, Mika? It's about time for the party. I'm really excited. I'll do my best not to be in the way, so it's fine if I stay here, right? Are you really worrying about something like that? Yes. Okay, yes, it's okay. Wonderful, we're done with that now. Wait, Pekiyama, hang on. I have a pet to attend. There we go. We can now continue our conversation. I believe I insulted Pekiyama by going in and having a chat with the pet instead when I initiated a conversation. I'm sorry. I let Fuyuhiku know about the party, but he didn't look too pleased about it. Okay. Now, the party is there, but I'm gonna have to have a quick look in here if I'm allowed. Because I do wonder if a certain someone is in here gaming again. No, okay, wonderful. To the outside! I hope that the outside was the top option. Yes, I was not ready to spawn in your face. To the party. Creaky door. So, this is the old building. Compared to the hotel, it definitely looks worse for wear. You're here. Now then, stand up straight and raise your arms. Why do you have to do that? Well, it's obviously going to check for weapons. Because I need to do a body check. Body check? Since I am the one hosting the party, it's necessary for me to take all possible security measures. I already promised that I would not allow even one person to become a victim. I get it. Sure, go ahead. And so I reluctantly raised my arms and stood straight. Byakuya went ahead and thoroughly searched me, starting with my legs and working his way up. It appears you haven't brought anything dangerous. Of course I haven't. Very well, I shall allow you to enter. It was at that moment that I noticed a strange item there where Byakuya was standing. Metal cases. Duralumin. Duralumin. That's a new one. Actually, I found them at the supermarket. This one is used to store any dangerous items I find during body checks. The other one is for... well, let's just say it's for emergencies only. Is it cake? What do you mean, emergencies? Don't worry about it, it's my lunch. The others are already here, gathered at the dining hall in the back. Go there and wait until more people show up. As soon as he said that, Byakuya turned his back to me. So I struck with the knife I had hidden up my... I don't know, actually. I think he would have noticed most places he could have hidden it. I hit it on his back. He would never have seen it coming. I stabbed him earlier just so I had a place to have a knife. Yeah, no, I didn't kill him. I guess that's the end of our talk. But he's so cautious. I didn't expect him to perform a body check. What did you mean by emergencies only? Now, strike! He has the back to the door! Okay, never mind. Am I allowed to... No? I'm gonna have to look for a Monokuma in here, just in case. Can we have more of a talk? The others are already here gathered at the dining hall in the back. Go there and wait, I told you. Okay. Oh, why is this open? This shouldn't be open. That's suspicious. Yeah, toilet! Oh, shared toilets. I can finally go into the girls' toilet, I guess. This bathroom appears to be unisex. I don't need to go now, so I should just hurry over to the dining hall. The office! I didn't have time to check the bathroom out, but I did have time to check the office out. Good. I don't see a Monokuma. Ah! I knew it! I found ya! Hooray! Now then. There's a few things to look at. Yask! I feel like this might actually be the first place someone dies. Now I think about it, because it's the best place to take someone out when we have isolated ourselves in a building, and that is an isolated place within an isolated area. Is this the desk that staff use for busy work? It looks like it's dusty. It's better if I don't touch it. More importantly, I should hurry over to the dining room. Now, I'm gonna be looking at least these two things. This is the remote control over the air conditioner. I wonder if the filter is clean. Well, more importantly, I should go over to the dining hall for now. Fine, I'd leave. You win this time, game, this time. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen this. They're huge! Ooh. Closed. Dining hall, closed. We'll talk in a moment. I'm distracted by kitchen and... Oh, hi, Sonia. Storage. Why are you protecting the storage? Tell me, Sonia. So this is what the inside looks like. There's so many gaps in the wooden floor. Is that because it's so old?
Yosh.
I must tread carefully so that my feet do not stumble. My adventurous heart is pounding with excitement. I guess when you're a princess, even little things seems exciting. I mean, yeah, if you have been isolated in a castle, then literally anything is new, isn't it? To the storage room! Is a Monokuma in here, then? But maybe. Oh god. I have so many things! If there is a Monokuma, I don't have faith in being able to see him. Probably gonna have a lot of confidence. I should leave. There's a jumbled mass of stuff all stacked together. Doesn't look very organized. I should head over to the dining hall. Yeah. Fine, I won't be staring at it long. I'm gonna be investigating her either way after the crime has been committed. I know that much. I assume as much, at least. To the kitchen! I'm gonna bother Terra. Maybe. I assume Terra is in the kitchen still making the food. Ah! I knew it! Terra, have you seen Monokuma? He is somewhere. I am missing one and it's annoying me. No? Fair enough. Sup?
Yeah.
Oh, did you need something? Don't worry, I've already prepared all of the dishes. Or rather, did you want me to cook you up, too? What does that even mean? I'm leaving. I need an adult. I am an adult! No, you're not! Help me, need I? Terra wanna cook me. I don't want that. There's a tantalizing aroma wafting from the kitchen. However, Byakuya will yell at me if I don't go straight to the dining hall. You should head over there as well. I don't think you noticed that I went all over the place, but okay. Hajime, how do you like it? I don't care. Have you seen a Monokuma? I need one more. What do you mean? See, I decorated a whole dining hall for the party. I even laid out the carpet too. Really? Even a carpet? Yeah, I brought it from the supermarket. Oh, that's a heavy carpet. That's a huge-ass carpet. Did you get help? That place sure does seem to have everything. Literally everything. I actually wanted to cover the whole floor, but I guess the carpet wasn't big enough. It's still a huge-ass carpet! There's a lot of dust and cobwebs all over the place, too. It took me all day to clean this dining hall just because of that. There's no way I could handle being stuck and cleaning this the whole day. At least not alone. Maybe if I had someone to help, which I'm still surprised that we just let him do this all alone and never had anyone with him. He was a prime target to be murdered at any point. You're commendable, Nagato. Yeah, thanks. I know I am. Okay, I don't see a bear, and that's very disappointing. Gundam! Even though that man is a lowly worm, it appears his cooking skills are most impressive indeed. Nevertheless, even his food cannot stand against the gourmet cuisine of the multiverse. Yeah, the multiverse is quite vast and powerful. Sanji! That creep Byakuya rubbed his ham hands all over me and called it a body check. Yeah, no, that is fair. I would actually have expected him to potentially have someone else to do the other end of the body checks, but no. I'm also surprised you don't call him ham hands. You just like, I would have loved to just, that creep ham hand wrapped his ham hands all over me. Better sentence, because it's stupid. And I like that, yeah. More like sexual harassment. Sicko out of this. That's not what it is. He did the same thing to me. And all the guys as well. So, I feel like he was getting frisky while he was frisking me. Puns. Eh? I'm pretty in demand, you know. Yeah, no, the pun, very good, very good. That's about it. You're just kidding. Right? Right, a person who looks like child? Okay. How did you leave your video games behind? Wait, are you playing a handheld right now? No, you didn't. I'm worried about Monokuma showing up. If he finds out we're having a party, there's no way he'll leave us alone. We gotta do something about it. You're right, we should do something. I wonder if someone can do something about it. I wonder. I wonder. So we're on the same page then. I'm not sure I understand. Yeah, no, this is very, very clear. Just, Can you do something about this? Because I ain't. I feel like both of us actually just are in a conversation of just, yeah, it would be wonderful if you just did it. I'm not gonna do it, you see. But we both agree this should be done. But we also both won't be doing it. Because that would be clever. And let's not do something clever. Hello! Oh dear. I wasn't ready for that. What is that? Aha! Hey, what's up? Okay, we have lost Owari. It's pointless. She's completely focused on the food. Soda! Man, I was so uncomfortable. Getting groped so thoroughly by a man was my worst nightmare. Oh, you mean the body check? Plus, he got super pissed and started yelling at me when I noticed I had a wrench with me. I mean, a wrench is a bloody weapon, ain't it? Seriously, how friggin' annoying. It's your fault for having a wrench in the first place. I just happened to find it at the airport. Carrying it around calms me down. But, yuck, yeah, put it in his Duralium case of his. I missed it already. That's a shame. Hello! This old place sure is run down. I feel bad Nagato went out to all this trouble cleaning it. Even cleaning has its limits. See? Check out the floorboards. Maybe the wood shranks. Maybe the wood shrank. Shrank? Maybe the wood shrank because of deterioration. Don't these openings seem dangerous to you? You're right. Well, the carpet is spread out enough to cover most of the floor, so I guess it won't be that big of a deal. But it might be the best to tell Mikan to be careful. Yeah, she is the type to trip her over nothing, and then somehow manage to do the most outrageous pose afterwards. I assume Nagato will trigger this then. Even though it took me the entire day just to clean this all, I'm glad everyone's so happy. Never mind. What would trigger it then? Table? There are a lot of fancy looking party dishes on the table towards the front. What have I not looked at? This? Iron plates. That reminds me, I saw some similar looking iron plates in the hallway too. But why are iron plates bolted onto this wall? Walls. All is not what it appears to be. Eh? One of my four, Deva, Supernova, Silver Fox, and D, has seen what lies shrouded amidst the darkness. Though that iron plate appears to be bolted to the wall, it's actually bolted over what's known as a window. Window. There are no windows in this dining hall at all. I assume those iron plates are covering them. But why are iron plates covering the windows? Sandy, it appears your fur is rustling more than usual today. Hey, why are iron plates covering the windows? Such a fine day. Countless lives gasp their first breath, and countless more to go the way of all flesh. I guess he doesn't know. Well, this building is in the middle of renovation, so I guess that might have something to do with it, but this place sure has a creepy atmosphere because of that. Suddenly, we heard the voice of the ultimate affluent protagonist ring throughout the dining hall. Alright, yes. He claimed to be a protagonist, I forgot about that. Thank you for waiting. Hello, everybody! Teru is in the kitchen, and it appears Fuyuhiko did not come. I apologize. I did not inform him about the party, but... It's not like you need to apologize, Pekka. It's his fault for not coming. Oh, right, yeah, I should probably have tried to converse with him. Whoops. I explicitly stated that attendance was mandatory, but... It's fine. If just one person is absent, that shouldn't pose a problem. If two, then we have a terrible issue. He won't be able to do anything. What do you mean by that? More importantly... Hey, what is that? An intense expression spread across Byakuya's face as he looked at the table with various food dishes on it. Dangerous. Is this the skewers? As he stumped his way towards the table. Yep. Yep. They are weapons. So of course, the best way to get rid of them is to make sure there's no food on them and put them in the case. Of course, you have to eat the food. Also, maybe there's poison. But, hey, what are you doing? And all the food! I am so impressed by the fact that he is talking and eating. I pressed too early.
Yeah.
Hang on. And that's right, this iron skewer is definitely a dangerous item. I must take full responsibility and collect it. Hey! Looks like everyone's here. I should go ahead and bring out the rest of the... Huh? Huh? Some messy eater ruined my arrangement? Who made this dish? Byakuya, you know exactly who made the dish. We have a cook. That would be me, but are you a food critic? What are you plotting? Cooking with such dangerous items? Dangerous? That's a churrasco? Churrasco. I'm calling it churrasco. It's a South American meal where you stab meat on an iron skewer to cook it. It felt really tropical and exotic, so I thought it would totally fit the party's atmosphere. These iron skewers are a problem. Iron skewers aren't allowed either? If that's how you're acting, then there might be more skewers than just these. Hey, Hajime, come with me, I need your help. Why me? It's your fault for standing right in front of him. My condolences. You'll never see your wrench again! Byakuya's face bore an intense expression as he reluctantly followed him out of the dining hall. If I don't move, oh, hang on, pet. Okay. I can help now, Byakuya.
行くぞ。
All right. This is a kitchen. We have to go thoroughly. We have to thoroughly inspect it to make sure there are no dangerous items. Thoroughly, huh? Byakuya stumped into the kitchen, and I followed after him. Let's get on with it then. Search this place thoroughly. As he issued that order, Byakuya began searching the whole kitchen from one end to the other. Look, I found these. There are forks and knives on that shelf. How dare they have such dangerous weaponry here? Don't tell me those two.
当然だ。
These are definitely dangerous items. If you're just eating, chopsticks are enough. I mean, depending on what you're eating, yeah. After he said that, Byakuya threw the forks and knives into the duralumin case, one after the other, which he has now apparently been carrying around this entire time. You're being very thorough about this, I've noticed. What about this knife set? There appears to be various types of knives, but these... Out of the question, knives are far too dangerous. Hand them over to me, I'll safeguard them. Byakuya grabbed the knife from my hand and threw it into the duralumin case with the rest. I really need to know how that... Duralumin. Duralumin? Duralumin. Duralumin. What else is there? An equipment list. This paper is...
なるほどな。
I see. It appears to be an equipment list for the kitchen. 20 forks, 20 knives, 20 spoons, 5 iron skewers, 3 frying pans, 20 wine glasses. There are also iron plates for barbecue and even a portable stove for cooking hot pots. Iron plates and portable stove, I do recall seeing them on the shelf over there. This kitchen seems to be well kept. There should be no problem using it. Though the building is old, the kitchen is impressive. Compared to a normal restaurant, it's not that too shabby.
妙だな。
But it's strange. One of the items on this list seems to be short by one. Is it the skewers? I wouldn't know. He knows. He knows all and any. Food! Chinese, Japanese, French, and Italian cuisine. Seafood dishes too. Huh. There's even a huge piece of meat on the bone. You know, the kind you'd only find in mangas and animes. How did he make that? That Teru, he sure could fire up. I don't even know if I'd be able to eat that much food.
なるほどな。
It seems there are no dangerous items like that skewer and the churrasco earlier inside that pile of food. That appears to be the case, yes. Phew, I wouldn't have known what to do if he said fish bones and meat bones were also dangerous items. I mean, at that point, my arm would be equally as dangerous, probably. What am I missing? Talking to him? Yes. Hey, is it necessary to go this far?
何度も言わせるな。
I'm doing this because it's necessary. If I'm to fulfill the promise I made to not let anyone become a victim, I must be extra vigilant. Really? Is that all?
何？
What do you mean? Well, I'm just assuming, but I think something must have happened to you. After all, you decided to throw a party so suddenly. I can't help but think there's a reason for that. As if you've experienced something similar before. That's not it. I've been a distrustful person for as long as I can remember. Distrustful person?
ち。
I don't really like to talk about my past, but... It's fine, I'll just tell you a little bit of it. I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Byakuya has a past they can't talk about. Huh. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. It was inevitable that I would end up this way. But in this kind of situation, my skeptical nature might be of good use. Where to survive her, skepticism is necessary at all costs. By the way, the past you mentioned,
やめろ。
now is not the time. However, one day, there will definitely be a time when I will be able to tell you about it. If nothing happens and time passes for us peacefully, I will have no choice but to talk. That sounded pretty deep. I sort of feel like things are even more mysterious now. Because he hasn't told me the whole story. He hasn't actually told me any story, he just told me vague outlines of how he feels about the story. This guy might have a deep mystery hidden within him. Deeper than I thought he'd have. Hey, enough with the necessary banter. We'd better hurry up and find the rest of those dangerous items. Yeah, got it. Even so, he sure works as hard. That's probably more in line with his actual personality, I guess. Huh? The kitchen's a mess. What happened here? Don't raise your annoying voice. I just removed all the dangerous items. There are no knives or forks. Why? How come? I literally just said that. I removed all the dangerous items, yet you left a spoon. I mean, yes, it takes time, but spoons are also deadly weapons. Don't tell me. You're treating cooking utensils like dangerous items. Well, yes, because they can be used as dangerous items if people have the incentive of killing. Well, most of the dishes are finished. All I gotta do is arrange the plates, so it is not a problem, but still. Ah, Hajime! Stop it. Get off me. Eh? Not into that sort of thing? Well, that's a little depressing. Well, at least you stopped. That is actually impressive. Trust me, I'm the one who's depressed here, mate. Hey, before you start getting all flirty, explain this. I checked the equipment list and there seems to be one iron skewer missing. Ah, Teru only has 4 skewers he's used, but supposed to be 5. Ah, that's right, as far as I know, that's been missing from the start. No matter how clean this plane gets, stuff is still bound to go missing in an old building, right? If it's been missing all along, we can't really do anything about it, right? You're right, there's no place to hide such a long skewer anyway. Oh, you'll be surprised. Very well, all I need to do is keep a watchful eye. Don't tell me you plan to keep a watchful eye all night long. Here's the very important thing, Byakuya. You did a body check on everyone when they entered. You haven't done that since we've entered, which means someone could have gotten the skewer before anything started. Alright, let's go back. The others should be waiting for us. You too, Teru. Come to the dining hall for now. Okay. Jeez, he's such a pushy leader. Ah, you're finally back.
No.
Hey, let's eat already. I'm starving. There's still an issue we need to address first. An issue? Who do I gotta beat the crap out of? Just say the word and I'll do it for you, because I want to eat. That won't be necessary. The issue is where to safeguard this Duralium case that has all the confiscated dangerous items. Can't we just leave it here? I've already put a lock on the case, so it shouldn't be a problem, but we should definitely up the security and keep it someplace safe. Someplace safe? Oh, there is a storage room at the back of this whole building. A storage room, huh? Even so, we can't leave the case alone in there. I mean, I have a very simple solution, Byakuya, which also will allow you to, sit down whilst eating. Use it as a chair. No one will be able to access it. Just saying. Then someone should guard it. That would keep it safe, yes? Who? I'll do it, of course. Are you sure? I guess if you insist. Just kidding. But it'll be lonely there by yourself. I don't mind. I'm really not that good in situations where I have to be around lots of people anyway. Nah, if I wrote a song about this, the title would definitely be Lonely Girl in Storage Room. So, the exact description of what is happening. However, Teru has gone to the trouble of cooking. Is it alright for me to bring some of it with me? I mean, yeah, you should be at least allowed to eat. Okay! Yeah, that's totally fine. But if you're going to do guard duty anyway, it might be better if you avoid the storage room. Why is that? Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there and full of cobwebs. Also, I was so busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. If you stayed in here for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health. Hi, Monokuma. Anything I need? I mean, I'm missing a skewer. Could you buy another one? More skewers? It's better. Unless someone obviously has it. Then it would be a problem. But I still need a skewer. It would freak Byaku out if another one appeared.
なるほど。
In that case, why don't you guard it in the office? If I recall correctly, there's also a circuit breaker in that too. It'd be a good idea to guard that as well. Yeah, the office sounds nice. I'm pretty sure it's not that dirty either.
わかった。
Understood. So I need to be on guard duty at the office. Then I should get going. Have fun tonight, everyone. Taking with her the duralium case and a plate of food. Yeah. And a plate piled with food. There we go. Peko left the dining hall. Seeing Peko's back as she walks away makes me feel like she's got this super cool melancholy vibe.
あれ
But she wouldn't have taken that other case with her too. But shouldn't she? Yeah, no. Reading. It's not my strength, apparently. But shouldn't she have taken that other case with her too? This? No. This case is fine.
あれれ
Ah, no fair. You're, like, the only one who get to bring their own stuff.
当然だ。
When you're as special as me, you get special privileges. When you put it that way, it's hard to argue with you.
いいか。
This duralium case stays with me at all times. I've put a key to the other case in her as well. I will take full responsibility for watching over it. There's no way I can let anyone else handle this matter. More importantly, we're all done now, right? Let's start the party. Give me food!
黙れ。
No, there's still more.
やってやろうじゃねえか。
Who do you want me to beat the crap out of? Hurry up and tell me already. Seriously, it has nothing to do with that. Actually, if you're volunteering, I do have one particular nuisance in mind. Ah, are you talking about
そうだ。
Monokuma, of course? He's the one thing that could obviously disrupt this party.
本気出すぞ。
Alright, so let me eat if I... So you'll let me eat if I beat the crap out of Monokuma, right? Not a good idea, that's against the regulations. Wait a sec. If you actually pick a fight with that thing, you're just going to end up perforated. Perforated. There we go. Are you telling me to wait till I starve to death?
ね
Starve to death? That's a little extreme. Our opponent is not someone we can just fight. Rather, it's better if we use our heads and think of a plan.
えね
I'll do something about it.
何？
Do something? You?
おいおい
Hey now, what can a girl like you do? You're just gonna put yourself in danger. I won't. It's not like I personally do something. You won't? Do you intend to utilize Monami? Yeah, if I can talk her into helping us. She might be able to keep Monokuma at bay. At least that's what I think. Ah, that's probably a good idea. She looks like the type that's easily manipulated. Plus, Monami and Monokuma totally have a rivalry going on. Well, it's a pretty one-sided rivalry.
大丈夫
But will he really be okay, Chiaki? I still think it's dangerous.
大丈夫だよ。
I'll be fine. If things get dangerous, I'll just run away as fast as I can. Well then, I'll be going now. What is this feeling? I feel somewhat uneasy. It's not like I have a bad feeling about this, but something feels off. So it's all settled, right? Then we can... You're right. Let's begin. All right! So the banquet has finally commenced. You better keep me entertained. And with that, the party started. Now that I think about it, I still don't understand why we were even having a party in the first place. But whatever the reason, everyone seems to be having fun.
いいのかもう食っていいのか
It's finally time to eat!
僕に食ってんじゃねえか。
止まらねえよ飯を食う手が止まらねえよ
まあ止まらなくて当然だよ。だって世界一美味しいパーティー料理だからね。たとえ満腹になったとしてもあまりの美味しさゆえに食べ続けざるを得ない。それが僕の作る世界一美味しい料理なんだよね。
It is quite a good variation of food. That is definitely something Terra has done, huh?
なんか逆に怖いですけど食わねえのかだったら俺が一人で食っちまうぞ
厨房でじゃんじゃん作ってるからこっちにじゃんじゃん持ってくるね。
ねえみんなせっかくだから写真撮ってあげようかはあ素敵ですねお願いします
Convenient to have a photographer at hand. This feels weird. I mean, we're in a situation of killing each other right now. When I first came to this island, watching everyone have fun was so frustrating. But now it feels reassuring. Now that I'm not forced to try and get along with everyone, but actually try to kill everyone, it's much more fun to get along with them. We're actually friends who fight together. Friends who've developed a sense of unity. I have no idea what kind of sound that is. Nekomaru, did something happen? Did you eat too much? The party's just started, but I must return to my cottage.
おい
Don't be foolish. I won't allow such selfish actions.
止めてくれるな。
Don't stop me, Byakuya. There comes a time when a man knows he's gotta go. If I don't go now, it would shame me as a man. Now, is this because you need a toilet? Because we have a toilet available. We have a toilet together! Shutting my pants would totally shame me as a man! So he was talking about the toilet. We have a toilet in the building.
何
If you need to use the bathroom, there's one in this old building. Why do you need to go back to your cottage? I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all. That's a concern. What is this blasphemy? What now? My hellhound earring has disappeared. Did it vanish into subspace? Calm down. You probably just dropped it somewhere. Oh shit! I'm gonna shit! Shut up. Don't you dare. Hey, is it really alright if I eat all of this? You have a completely different set of priorities. You do that.
なんだと
Don't be an idiot. Make sure you leave some for me. What is this conversation?
ほらほら
Hey, Byakuya, everyone, come on. I'm gonna take a picture.
はいチーズ
Alright, say cheese. Ah, my eyes! My eyes! Why can't you all act a little more mature? What was that sound?
なんだ
What was that sound just now? Oh dear. Huh. It's dark. All of a sudden. That's weird.
停電だよ
But blackout. A blackout. I thought I went blind.
おい、何も見えねえぞ。
In that instant, as we stumble around in the darkness, our fear swallowed us up like a flood.
真っ暗だよもう大崎真っ暗だよ
I can only imagine that that was Miura. That feels like something Miura would say, and I believe the voice sounds similar to that as well. The sounds of screams and frantic footsteps rang throughout the dark dining hall. We were immediately swallowed up by another sound.
みんな落ち着いてこういう時は落ち着かないと
Take a picture with your flash.
足踏まない
That's fine, Sayonji.
おい、お前何をしている
I don't know, yeah. Because the windows were entirely covered, the blackout surrounded us with complete darkness. Complete darkness. Therefore, no matter how long I wait, there's no way my eyes will adjust.
電気つけろって飯が食いづれえじゃねえか
Ori, stop eating. This is not the time to eat.
みんなどこにいるの？停電って厨房だけじゃないの？
I'm impressed you managed to get from the kitchen to the dining hall in the pitch dark.
これってブレーカーが落ちたんじゃないですか
ちょっと待ってろ。俺が壁伝いに何とかしてくっから。
Within the darkness, we fervently waited to be released from our fear. We anxiously waited, and after a while, it finally... My eyes again! So bright! Ah! At that moment, when the lights in the dining hall finally turned back on, a shocking scene unfolded before our eyes. All the food is gone. That is... Mikan's parents had been compromised. Oh dear, it's compromised. Never mind, it's way more compromised than I thought. Dear God, why? This is not natural.
だからどうやって転べばそんな風になるんだってはいエッチなポーズだあからさまなサービスシーンだね
A very obvious service scene. The most interesting thing about this is actually the food looks very appetizing. I'm just saying.
マヒルちゃんシャッターチャンスだよダメに決まってるでしょ
Thank you, Mahiro. I kind of wonder, is she just leaving her legs hanging up, or is she actually taking them down?
そろそろ助けてあげましょうよ
She should be able to stand up. I mean, her hands aren't that entangled. But they probably will get a moment she tries to move, though. I'm terribly sorry for all this trouble. So sorry.
ね
Yeah, from now on, just be careful.
あれ
Oh, I'm glad the lights are back on her, too. So you were the one who fixed the breaker. Soda, you were unusually useful this time.
つうかよ。
Well, no, I couldn't find my way to the office with the circuit breaker. Huh? Then why are lights back on? Well, the murder's been completed. Who knows?
バカじゃないの
Who knows me? You're so useless. It's not my fault, you know. There's no way I could have found my way to the office in that darkness. Meanwhile, Teru wandering from the kitchen to the dining hall.
あらら
Oh my.
どうしたの？
Sonia, did something happen?
と
No. Byakuya's missing. Did he go somewhere? Are we missing some plates of food? Because if so, that would explain it. Byakuya. We immediately looked around the dining hall. Sure enough, Byakuya, who promised he would lead us in a situation like this, was nowhere to be found.
あれ
That's weird. He was here earlier, right? Well, yeah, he has kind of put up death flags by talking about his secret that he would tell me at a later point if he lived, and we lived peacefully.
と
Did he run off somewhere during the blackout? In that pitch blackness?
ね
I'm a little worried. We should split up and look for him. I'll look in the storage room so I can ask you to check the entrance, Hajime, right? Yeah, got it.
とりあえずよ。
Then I guess I'll go look into the office.
では
I should go look around the hallway.
おー
I'll wait her since I'm in the middle of eating anyways. She's still gonna eat while this is going on. Yeah. I must... Bathroom. I must man up and check the bathroom. I don't understand this man up thing.
まったくもう
Jeez, Mr. Ham Hands ran away and just because there was an itty bitty blackout.
クスクス
Such a shameful leader. If I find him, I'm gonna finger flick him in the face as punishment. Even so, where did Byakuya go? I believe I have to go check the entrance. I'm pretty sure Chiaki was there. I'm gonna leave you to your own troubles and stand at a safe distance, because this might be explosive. Hi, Sonia. Bye, Sonia. Ah, Chiaki. Processing. 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 Processing complete. Processing. 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 Processing complete. Chiaki and Monobi are standing in front of the entrance. I guess they're watching out for Monoguma? Huh, Hajime. What about the party? Oh, it's not done yet, right? I haven't even joined in yet. Hey, Chiaki, did you happen to see Byakuya pass by here? Byakuya? No, I didn't. But what happened to Byakuya? There was a sudden blackout inside the old building, and Byakuya vanished during that time. So we thought he might have gone outside, but nope, nobody came out. If nobody came out, does that mean he's still inside? If that's the case, we might have missed each other. That's what I think. Well, I guess I'm going in again. Oh. So, toilet then. Hajime, how did it go? Well, when I talked to Chiaki, she said he didn't go outside. That's weird. No one was inside the storage room either. It wasn't in the kitchen, obviously. No one was in the office. Not even Pekka Pekayama. Nobody was in the office? What about Pekka? I thought she was supposed to be guarding that area. Well, actually, not even Pekka was there. Pekka's gone too. Maybe those two took advantage of the blackout to have themselves a major makeup session in the bathroom. Truly outrageous! Do not invite me! At least I feel like Terutoru would say that. Did something happen, Akana? Well, do you know if you smell something? When partially digested food is absorbed by the small intestine, it decomposes by bacteria releasing gas. Oh god. Which is mostly absorbed in the intestinal tract, but whatever cannot be absorbed is excreted from the anus. Those are the mechanics of farting, but farting isn't something to be embarrassed about. No, I'm not talking about that. It smells like blood. Yeah, blood does have a distinct smell. But blood? As Akana's nose twitched like a beast's, she suddenly pointed. It's coming from over there. A table at the very back of the dining hall. Don't you dare. Oh no. The smell of blood. What in the world is at our table? Terutoru, did you accidentally make blood pudding today? It's under there. Under the table. I dashed towards the table at the back, reached out, and then I stopped. Is this nervousness fair? What? Why? Why am I nervous? It can't be. It obviously can't be. There's no way that's gonna happen. With a shout, I grabbed the tablecloth and flipped it over back in one go. Byakuya boy? No! Not the esteemed, affluent protagonist! For the rest of my life, I will never forget what I saw. What I saw the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami, already dead and beyond recognition. Chapter 1. Destination Despair. deadly life. We're beginning now! The game started!
戸上さんどうして戸上さんがいや
I just stood there, horrified as showers of screams rang out behind me. As I gazed quietly at the body of my former friend.
どうして
Why? What is this? That voice is not good for doing these screeches, for me at least. Something like that, I guess. I'm actually happy you didn't scream this time, Soda. I'm proud of you. This is... It's impossible. Don't mess with me. This must be some kind of mistake. Must be a prank show or something. This can't be real blood, right? It's gotta be something like jam or sauce. Because if not, this... And we lost Miura again. Good gracious! Things quickly took a turn for the worse. My, now this is interesting. And this tropical paradise known as Jabberwock Island, the very first murder has finally taken place. Murder? Hold on. Then, does this mean... Of course! Byakuya was killed by one of you. What? If you look at the body, you can tell instantly he was obviously murdered. Look, he has such a horrible expression on his face, don't you think? Face down on the floor. The face filled with regret that his life has ended by force, all thanks to someone else's selfish desire. To have a dying face such as this. If this isn't murder, then what the heck could it be? Wait, did some of you take his cake? No? Okay, it's murder. Definitely murder. Byakuya was most likely sacrificed by someone who really wanted to leave this island. Lies! It's all lies. You're lying. You're lying about him being murdered. Murdered? The moment I screamed that word, a thick, muddy feeling of despair swelled within my body. Which means that I've accepted the fact that Byakuya was murdered. What is this? Is that really Byakuya? Why? Why did this happen? Why Byakuya? I see. It appears Fuuhiku is the only one who isn't here. So, in the spirit of keeping everyone on the same page, how about we do this in the usual way? Announcement to make. A body has been discovered. Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin. Class trial? I've already explained this to you, right? If one of you gets murdered, the rest of you have to debate who you think is the blackened. You're telling us to figure out who the killer is? That's right. From this point on, you guys must investigate and uncover the blackened culprit. It can't be. Someone actually killed... There's no way. If you make an outburst like that, you'll end up being a suspect. I won't believe it. One of us killed Byakuya. There's no way something as hopeless as that would ever happen. If you're actually thinking that way, it means you guys are already being fun by the killer. Come on! Let's hurry up and begin. An impassioned, life-risking battle between you guys and the blackened. And it's already started. It started the moment one of you plotted to kill someone. Hey, what are you saying? Everyone, please, you cannot. You should not believe what Monokuma says. No matter how much you interfere, there's only ever one truth. And my grandfather's name. You have a grandpa? On my grandfather's grave. It's yours too, Monami. We're siblings now, remember? Grave? Your grandpa's dead? What happened to him? We're getting a lot of lore here now. On my grandfather's plane! What happened to your grandpa? Did his plane crash or is it a plane of existence? I don't even know where to begin at this rate. You ain't my comedy partner anymore. Did you see that? This stunning display of power. Defy your big brother and I will show no mercy. I will harden my heart and teach you a lesson you won't soon forget. If only I had my magic stick, I'd be able to fight back against Monokuma. You're covered in, blood. Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave the whiny rabbit looser alone and get on with the investigation. You know, the fun bit. Now then, in the spirit of lovey doubt and dovey deception, put your heart and soul into investigating. Yahoo! I wish you the best of luck. Bye! And with that, Monokuma vanished, leaving those of us who were grief-stricken alone with our despair. What does this mean? I don't understand this at all. A search for Byakuya's killer. Why did it turn out like this? Give me a break. Why do I have to be involved in this horrible situation? You can't doubt each other, because you're all friends. But Mr. Ham-Hands really did get killed, right? And if we don't find out who the killer is, we're all gonna get killed, right? That being said, I cannot abide by this. Now that I have finally made friends, there's no way I can doubt them. Seriously, did you even listen to what I said? It doesn't matter if you can abide by this or not. We gotta do this to survive, right? Then we have no choice but to do it. No! Friends doubting friends is a major no-no! Shut up! Just go away already, you useless piece of trash! Threats are scary! Do we really have to do it? No, I don't want to do something like that. I don't want to do it either. It sounds so scary. However, it is just as Hyoko said. If we're going to get killed for not doing it, then we must do it. But still, I can't believe one of us killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that. Believe it. There's no way. So, for that reason, I'll do it. I'll investigate Byakuya's death. I will do my best to prove there's no killer among us. There's no need to deceive or doubt each other. What we need to fight is not ourselves, but that which is trying to crush us. This despair. This hopeless reality. That's the real enemy we need to fight. If I'm going to survive this, then I have to fight it. Before you start, can I say something? In closed-circle detective games, the player usually has to decide on who's going to guard the crime scene. Ah yes, this is how we decide every single thing. I love it. What should we do? Oh yeah, it would be bad if the killer destroyed the evidence and got away with it. Destroy the evidence? Look over there, that big bulky brawny guy is perfect for the guard job. I still need... Oh! But what the heck happened? What happened? Yeah, he really needs to shit now. That guy. He's a sensitive heart despite his looks. No, he doesn't. That is not a problem. Is that what that means? Can I be the one who watches the crime scene? I don't have enough confidence to investigate the body, but... And it looks like I have the brains either, and I don't have the brains either. I'll just stay by Byakuya's side. That's the least I can do. That's what god duty is, right? Mahiru... I'll do my best. I'll do my very best. Do not get in your way. I have medical training, so if it's not too much trouble, I can perform an autopsy. But please. So you're going to say as well. Is that okay? And what specifically should we be doing now? And I have no idea. It's pretty obvious. We're all just amateurs. Going through each grain of sand on a beach just to find a clue would be a waste of time. The only ones who can do that are the police, and there's no way amateurs like us would be able to do that. So let's first rely on our intuition. We'll start from there and prove that none of us could have killed Byakuya. But to have performed an autopsy on your friend, how cruel! But I have no choice, right? There's no way I could do something like decline, right?
信じない信じない
I won't believe it. Byakuya got killed. I don't believe that at all. It didn't happen. It hasn't happened. He is very much alive. He is eating my food. I can't lie. Fine. I'm in.
確かに
If we have to survive, this is our only path.
最悪だよ
Something like this is the only thing we can do in order to stay alive. Finding out who the killer is, that's our only hope for survival. Something like this is hope. Even so, I still gotta do it. Investigate! Ta-da! You thought it was time for the investigation! But... the Monokuma file, number 1 this time. Just as I thought, you amateurs need this, right? What the hell? What the hell is a Monokuma file? Jeez, explaining the rules all the time really breaks my bones. Well, it's not like I have bones in the first place. Like, don't even make me say such a lame joke. Let's see, the Monokuma file contains precise and detailed information regarding the dead body. I brought it to you so you guys can smoothly proceed with the investigation. I'm such a nice guy. I'm so nice I want to be known as Mother Teresa of the mascot world. Nice, you say? You're just selfish meaning. My. Monami the meaningless mascot. You're still here. Don't put me in this meaningless mascot genre. Come on, let's go. Your turn is already up. Hurry up and get the hell out of here with me. Ouchie, don't pull my ears. They're gonna come off. They're finally gone. The Monokuma file, huh? Anyway, I guess I should look it over just in case. Monokuma file 1. Byakuya Togami, 6 foot. Cause of death. The victim's body was discovered in the dining hall of the old building near the Hotel Mirai. The estimated time of death is 11:30 p.m. The victim was repeatedly stabbed over 10 times between the throat and abdomen region, resulting in death. Aside from that, the body has no other external injuries and no chemicals such as poison were detected. So, Byakuya is really dead. Damn it, you promised there wouldn't even be one victim. Why do you end up being one? And now, I'll never know what you were going to say to me. I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. It was inevitable that I would end up this way. In the end, what did it even mean? Could it be... Even so, if there really is a traitor, isn't that gosh darn awful? Pretending to be your ally and tricking you guys. It can't be helped if someone like that gets killed, right? Right? A traitor? No way. Just because he said a lot of serious things, it doesn't mean that he was a traitor. What am I thinking? Obtain Truth Bullet. Monokuma file number 1 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Anyway, we need to carefully examine everything. That's right. I need to do it. If we're gonna survive this, we need to do it. I have to prepare myself for the worst. Investigate. And with that, we have a natural section of me once more stopping because, oh boy, certain ones of these voices really do tear my vocal cords. So I'm gonna be ending it here today. It's been fun. We finally actually got into the murder section of this, well, section. So yeah. Next time, planned currently, Tuesday. Trying to keep the standard of Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays and whatever in between that occurs. But it won't be anything tomorrow no matter what. So Tuesday will be the first day I'm gonna have anything show up. Before that, we should probably take a look at the pet before it goes bad there. Never mind, the pet is fine. Okay, we'll just save the game then. Save! Just in case. Extra saves, extra saves. More saves, safer. I promise. So yeah, with that, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
The stream is done now for the day. The Norse house doors are closed. But look forward to another day when it all's once more unlocked.